Good morning. I'm Ellen Resnick, the director at the Center for Thoughtful Weight Loss, and here comes Taylor, who's here to talk with us about National Diabetes Month. So Taylor is going to get himself ready to talk with us about probably one of the most profound things that ever happened in his life.
That is
true. And that
true.
was a diagnosis of diabetes.
That is true.
So I'd like to actually talk with Taylor about the progression of finding out he had diabetes to how did you cope with it then, how are you coping now, and what can we tell the people in the audience about taking small steps that lead to big rewards?
Well, I am a type 1 diabetic. My history is one fraught with denial and refusal to accept my current condition.
What happened? How many years ago were you told about your diabetes, and what did you do?
Well, when I was younger, in my teens, I got sick, and they did a series of blood tests on me, and they came back and they said, "You look like you're borderline diabetic."
So borderline diabetic, something we don't really talk about now. We talk about pre-diabetes. So you found that out when you were a teen, and what'd you say?
Heck no.
Heck no. Okay, like so many people who have denial when they first learn of a chronic illness, including diabetes.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
I refused to accept my condition. And
What was it that made you refuse it?
well, I mean, I was a young, fairly healthy guy. I was
Or so you thought.
yeah, I mean, I was a big boy. I was playing football. I was carrying a lot of weight, and
So
I thought,
your image of yourself is I'm strong, I'm healthy.
this can't be the way. And if I'm diabetic, then I felt like the wheels were going to fall off my cart. You know
So
what I
it
mean?
sounds like a lot of fear.
A lot of fear.
Okay, very common. A lot of denial, a lot of fear in the beginning.
Yep.
And then what happened?
So I put it off, and I put it off, and I put it off, and I continued to have issues with my weight, continued to have issues with my blood, and actually throughout my history, people kept saying, "Are you diabetic? Are you diabetic?" And I kept refusing to admit it.
So a lot of refusal. Then what happened?
My wife got pregnant, and through the course of the pregnancy, just all the stress, I got sick. And went in to see my doctor, and she diagnosed me again, and she said, "Taylor, I think you're a diabetic, and I think we need to do something about it." And again, my immediate response was, "This ain't happening. Look at me. I'm a fit young man. This can't be."
So many years later, still a lot of denial. And then what happened? What was the inspirational, pivotal moment?
Well, basically, my GP referred me to my endocrinologist, and my endocrinologist kind of basically grabbed me and shook me and said, "Either you address this illness or it's going to kill you." And I took that to heart because within my family, we have a significant history of cardiovascular issues. I've lost a number of my family members to heart attacks, to strokes, to all things about the heart. And for me, I didn't want that history to be mine.
Okay, so suddenly you were struck with reality. A lot of years of denial, but then reality hit that the cardiovascular history could be yours. You now have a beautiful daughter, and you wanted to be healthy for her.
Yes.
And now tell us a little bit about your lifestyle and your acceptance of your diabetes.
What was a pivotal moment for me when I decided that I was going to embrace my diabetes. I was actually a closet diabetic for many years.
It's an interesting term.
And I say that because, like you said, I have a daughter, and I refused to administer my meds in front of her. I hid them from her because I felt almost like I was different. I felt like
kind of ashamed.
Ashamed. I was really ashamed of it, and I felt like, if my daughter finds out that I have this illness, I'm going to be a different dad.
And now what?
I love it. I embrace it. She knows everything about my disease. I've taken a really proactive approach to making diabetes a forefront of my lifestyle, how we eat at home, my exercise regimen. Everything that I do is focused around my diabetes management.
So the whole family actually is living a healthy lifestyle as a result of your diabetes.
It is great. And I think the most important part is that I realized through talking to my friends, my physicians, that if you proactively manage your diabetes, what you do today is going to give me 5, 10, 15, 20 years on the backside, which is what I want.
Wonderful. So for the people at Healthy Wage that are really trying hard to lose weight so that they can prevent, for many of them, things like diabetes and cardiovascular diseases, strokes, what would you say to them, the ones that are really on the fence struggling? What would you say to try to motivate them so that they can be in the kind of shape you're in?
Well, I would say know your numbers. The most important thing is to proactively manage your health. Go regularly to your doctor, know what your hemoglobin A1C is, know what your glucose levels are, know what your BMI is, and know what your cholesterol is. And work with your physicians and your doctors and manage very proactively your lifestyle. And it doesn't have to be that difficult.
Yeah, so the American Diabetes Association, in honor of National Diabetes Month, says 3 things. Improve your diet, lose weight, and do moderate exercise. And by moderate exercise, they don't mean what Taylor does, who's a little bit of a maniac. What they mean is 30 minutes 5 times a week. So I'd like to really thank Taylor for telling us his candid story. It's a hard story, but he obviously has prevailed, and look at him now. So good luck to everyone at Healthy Wage on your journey for a healthy lifestyle, and have a great day today.
And my only comment is acceptance is the first step. Get out and get after it.
Get out and get after it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.